I spotted a familiar car. Without a second thought, I ran into the middle of the road and blocked it. Zane stepped out and shouted at me with pure annoyance. What do you want now? Where was all this urgency when you were blowing through money? Did it never cross your mind that this day would come? I stood in front of him, small and powerless. The words stuck in my throat were shoved back down by his accusations. I bowed to him and begged him to drive us to the healer. He said nothing and got back in the car. I thought he'd softened, but before I could get in, the car was already gone. In a daze, I thought I saw the old Zane. Back when I was still the alpha's daughter, I was the only one in his heart. He'd look at me with those pitiful eyes and mumble, I'm useless. All I do is spend your money. Once I make it on my own, I'll pay you back for everything. After we got together, he got exactly what he wanted, the Whitmore Pack's backing. He established himself in the city, but the way he treated me did a complete 180, especially after he found out I wasn't a Whitmore by blood. Lily's breathing was getting weaker. By the time I reached the healer, she'd almost stopped breathing entirely. Before they took her in, Lily held back her tears and asked me, Mama, is Daddy going to come? I choked back sobs and promised her, when she woke up, Daddy would be there. The light above the ward burned into me, so painful I could barely breathe. The healer came out and told me it was bad, severe lung infection, collapsed chest cavity. She might not make it. I called every friend I had. None of them would lend money to someone who'd done time. I sat outside the ward and wailed. I called Zane one more time. On the other end, I could hear them, his family, laughing together. That laughter cut through my heart. I choked out the words. Lily's with the healer. It's serious. Can you come? Before I could finish, Zane cut me off. The healer? Your tricks to scam money are getting more creative, aren't they? It's just a cold and a fever. Why would she be in the ward? I heard them laughing on his end, and then Serena's mocking voice. Sis, did the dungeon rot your brain? A cold doesn't land you in the healer's ward. Next time you lie, at least think it through first. The line went dead. I lost the last bit of strength I had left to fight. Tears blurred my vision. I thought I saw the old Zane again, gripping my hand tight, saying, I'm here. Don't worry. Lily's going to be fine. When the healer came out with another payment slip, I was out of options. I made the call. I'll join your pack, but I need a year's salary in advance, and I can't start until next month. The person on the other end laughed. $1 million. It's in your account. I sat outside the ward in agony. I don't know how long it was before the door finally opened. The healer pulled down his mask under my hopeful gaze and bowed his head. We did everything we could. I collapsed to the floor. Lily's sweet face floated through my mind. Lily was such a good girl. How could this happen? How? They wheeled out her small body. I grabbed her and held her, sobbing like a madwoman. Lily, this is Mama's fault. If Mama had been just a little more careful with money, then maybe you wouldn't. This time, Lily didn't answer me. I carried Lily through the streets. Rain soaked us both. Through the haze, I thought I heard her call out Mama from my arms. I answered her, wild with joy, but when I looked down, all I saw was her pale, still face. Something inside me snapped. I dropped to my knees in the rain and held. After I laid Lily to rest, I went to the Whitmore Pack house. Laughter rang out from inside. My hand froze in the air, mid-knock. My Lily was dead, and they were in there laughing. I wiped my tears and knocked on the door. The second it opened, Catherine's voice hit me. What are you doing back here? This isn't your home.